conclusion. There were 200,000 prisoners in Dachau concentration camp and its satellite camps, and more than 41,500 prisoners died. Many of these prisoners being brought to the concentration camp did not fit into the ideals of the master race.
The ancient myths central to Nazi doctrine depict the Jews as racially inferior to the Aryans. To Hitler and his racist following, the greatest threat to the pure Aryan bloodline is interbreeding with what he calls a Mongol race.
I think one has to understand that the Nazis were about to create a dominance in Europe which was based on a racist hierarchy. And of course, the German people and other Nordic nations, Dutch, Norwegians, and so on, would be seen as the very top of this hierarchy. And of course, on the lowest end of the hierarchy, the Nazis saw their worst enemies, the Jews, which would, according to their view, disappear from the world.
What they're saying is the only way we can survive is by perpetuating this bloodline, cleansing our bloodline, getting rid of those degenerates, that bacillus. This is what Hitler calls the Jews, a bacillus, a plague. If you can get rid of those, then we can once again create that pure race, that race that was the most superior on the planet, and we could be superior again.
Researchers now believe that the work of the Dutch archaeologist Assian Boners sowed the seed for the Holocaust that would follow.
Boners uses in one of his publications the word vernichtung, extermination, related to the Cro-Magnon people and their killing of the Neanderthal people. Well, extermination, vernichtung is the word used by the National Socialists when they were killing the Jews, organizing the Holocaust. It's even used by Hitler himself in one of his public speeches. So the words used in the context of the Holocaust were also used by Boners in the context of his excavation. The idea that it's possible to annihilate a population is given an historical example in the past. And that, of course, is a contribution to genocide.
The evil belief that they are merely repeating history validates the Nazis' final solution, the attempt to wipe out an entire race in the Aryan quest for racial purity.
Prisoners were executed. Some of them were tortured until they were dying. Some of them were dying because of the diseases in the camp. They were starving in the concentration camp because there was not enough food. So there were a huge range of reasons why prisoners were dying in concentration.
The Nazis even introduced ghoulish eye and hair color charts like these to try to gauge citizens' racial origins, a test that for many would mean life or death.
What's deeply sinister about this kind of object is it looks so simple and objective, so plain. And if I'm sending a soldier out to the field to collect people, say, Aryans in a region that we want to protect, I might just say go out and find Aryans, but that leaves judgment in the hands of the soldier. To remove that judgment, I send them out with his kit, and I might say to them, go collect people with eye colors 13, 14, 15, and 16. And so all they need to do is hold this box up near the eyes to make judgments about these colors, and it becomes a box-ticking exercise. Do they tick box in any of these colors, yes or no? Yes, rescue them. If no, leave them. Conversely, if I wanted to say send soldiers out to collect or persecute people of the Jewish faith, what they might do is I might say to them, identify people with eye colors 1, 2, 3, 4. And what that does is it allows the soldiers themselves to feel like, well, we've heard this phrase so many times, I'm just doing my job.
The Nazis round up, imprison, and murder Jews from all occupied territories. They also confine and kill other ethnic groups, such as the Slavs, because they fail to meet the Nazis' twisted standards of racial purity. And the cold-blooded killing doesn't stop there.
So these were people who did not fit into the ideas of master race. They were homosexuals, so-called anti-socials, homeless people.